Hi, Precious Heart. Thank you for joining us for our weekly vlog. On January 1st, 2020, we birthed a new decade in the full embrace of a powerful eclipse series that began on Christmas Day 2019 and was brought to fruition the weekend of January 10th through the 12th, 2020. With the completion of that powerful influx of light, the Company of Heaven revealed that during the next 10 years, humanity will change the course of history for Mother Earth and all her life. They said that during this decade, 2020 to 2030, humanity will develop our latent abilities through which we will literally transfigure our earthly bodies and our outer world life experiences into the heart-based patterns of perfection associated with the fifth dimensional new earth. The beings of light said this incomprehensible transfiguration will be accomplished through a greatly expanded collaboration between the Company of Heaven and an awakened humanity. Our Father, Mother God said this degree of collaboration between heaven and earth has never before been attempted. At the time, we had no idea just what that meant. But within a few weeks, we began hearing about the coronavirus and what the spread of this unfamiliar virus might mean for people everywhere. In no time, the COVID-19 virus, as it was named, exploded into a pandemic of epic proportions. This caused people around the world to stop everything and to just stay at home in an attempt to stop the spread of the virus. This unprecedented, forced global timeout created the space for billions of people all over the world to just be. This planetary pause allowed the I Am presence of every person to begin awakening us in new and previously unknown ways. This greatly affected even the essential workers who did not have the luxury of staying home. Their sacrifices drew the attention of the masses of humanity in shocking ways that we had previously just taken for granted. This awareness opened our hearts and helped us realize that we are all in this together and that we need each other very much. This realization cleared the space for the I Am presence of every person to remind us that we are one and that there is no separation. As days and weeks passed, the Company of Heaven revealed to us the awesome divine intervention occurring through the unified efforts of heaven and earth during the forced timeout. They said the mass consciousness of humanity was being elevated to new levels as lightworkers around the world finally had the time to orchestrate virtual online events which were greatly adding to the light of the world. That quantum influx of light recalibrated humanity's earthly bodies and prepared every person on earth to be able to safely receive the light from the most powerful triple eclipse series the world has ever experienced. The victorious accomplishment of these events brought us to a cosmic moment for which the I Am presence of every person has been preparing since our fall from grace eons ago. That glorious moment occurred during the apex of the opening of the Lion's Gate on August 8th, 2020. On that sacred and holy day, as literally hundreds of millions of people consciously participated, and every other person on earth participated through their I Am presence, humanity focused on the opening of the Lion's Gate and the expansion of the strength and courage of our heart flame, which occurs during the sun cycle of Leo and the alignment of the star Sirius every year. However, this year it was different. This year, due to the monumental shifts that had taken place since the birth of the new decade and the forced global timeout, as the Lion's Gate reached the apex of its opening on August 8th, our Father, Mother, God were able to breathe Mother Earth and all life evolving upon her through the original Lion's Gate into the higher fifth dimensional crystalline solar Lion's Gate that pulsates in the atmosphere above the new Earth. As this occurred, for the very first time, the I Am presence of every man, woman, and child on Earth was able to fully integrate at an atomic, cellular level into our physical, etheric, mental, and emotional earthly bodies. Now this aspect of our own divinity has far greater access to our conscious mind than ever before. Our I Am presence will now be able to intuitively guide us in ways that will be difficult for us to ignore. No longer will the communication from our I Am presence just be a still small voice within, striving to be heard and to get our attention. This aspect of our own divinity will now be an ever-present inner knowing and intuitive guide that will not allow us to comfortably act out of obsolete patterns of separation and duality anymore. Now, we will more tangibly feel the discomfort of our thoughts, feelings, words, and actions that are not based in love. The guidance from our I Am presence will reveal new ways of responding to the challenges in our life and the viable solutions that create win-win situations and the highest good for all concerned in every situation. Now today, the company of heaven is asking us to join them for an activity of light that will help the masses of humanity to tangibly sense and know the greatly amplified assistance we are receiving from our I Am presence. If you have the heart call to do so, please join me now for this sacred opportunity. And we begin. Mother Earth and all life evolving upon her have ascended through the portal of the original Lion's Gate into the higher fifth dimensional crystalline solar Lion's Gate, which pulsates in the atmosphere above the new Earth. On a cellular level, my I Am presence and the I Am presence of every person on Earth has gently integrated into the core of purity in every atomic and subatomic particle and wave of our earthly bodies. Now, on the holy breath, I go within to the divinity of my heart flame. I now know that I have successfully walked through the challenges of my earthly experiences into the glory of a new day filled with the full gathered momentum of heaven on earth. Victory is mine. Victory is mine. Victory is mine. The obsolete patterns of separation and duality from the older have been dismantled and are in the process of being transfigured back into light. This has cleared the way for our Father, Mother God to infuse the earth with brand new patterns of comprehensive divine love, which will reclaim this planet. This unfathomable frequency of divine love created a sacred space for humanity's I Am presence to at long last take full dominion of our earthly bodies. As I breathe in and out deeply and rhythmically, the integration of my I Am presence is being greatly amplified within me. Every electron, every atom, every subatomic particle and wave of my physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies, and all the spaces in between the atoms and molecules of these bodies, joyously receives and assimilates this new, multifaceted, fifth-dimensional, crystalline solar light from my I Am presence. As this occurs, my thoughts, feelings, words, and actions begin to reflect the divine love, oneness, harmony, peace, abundance, and balance of God. This transfiguration is changing my physical reality into the love-based perfection of the new earth. This is a unique gift, a sacred opportunity that is being presented to every man, woman, and child on earth right here and right now. I contemplate this truth, and as this sacred knowledge resonates within me, my heart flame begins to expand and expand. Instantaneously, I am lifted into the fifth-dimensional frequencies of light in the realms of illumined truth. My feet are planted firmly on earth. Simultaneously, I am consciously aware of my Father, Mother God, and the entire company of heaven, because we are one, and there is no separation. I am a being of resplendent light, now realizing the fullness of that light on every level of my existence. As I am lifted up, all life is lifted up with me. Therefore, I know that within my I Am presence, I am now all of humanity, standing forth and realizing that we are sons and daughters of God. This means we are beloved and empowered God beings in every realm of consciousness, and that all our Father, Mother God have is ours. With the amplified integration of our I Am presence, we are now able to liberate our Father, Mother God's light in every physical and chemical interaction within our earthly bodies. This is healing and recalibrating all of the energy bonds within atoms and between atoms to the vibrational frequency of God's infinite physical perfection. This divine wisdom contains everything necessary to set straight the orbit, spin, and electronic charge of every cell, atom, and electron of life on Earth. All energy bonds within the atomic realm are now accelerating toward the vibration and the frequency of infinite physical perfection. Every cell of life is now receiving and assimilating the sacred knowledge encoded within our I Am presence and the newly activated 12 fifth-dimensional crystalline solar strands of DNA within every person. Every person's I Am presence is now liberating the sacred knowledge within our fifth-dimensional DNA into every interaction within humanity and all of the energy bonds therein. These interactions include the relationships of all people, all organizations, all races, all religions, and all nations. All of these interactions are now being liberated into the harmony of a higher order of being, thus greatly expanding the influence of humanity's I Am presence on Earth. Now, through my fifth dimensional DNA, I am receiving clearly the divine promptings, ideas, and concepts of my I Am presence. I know now that I am a living, light-filled temple of invincible perfection, expressing my true state of enlightened consciousness, as well as vibrant health, infinite abundance, eternal youth, divine love, truth, peace, and abounding joy. I am here and now my I Am presence, tangibly manifesting on Earth with every breath I take. On the holy breath, I now gently return my consciousness to the room. I become aware of my earthly bodies, and as I breathe in and out, slowly and deeply, I allow the amplified divine energies from my I Am presence to be fully assimilated at a cellular level. I revel in the bliss of this moment on Earth, and I am grateful. I am grateful. I am eternally grateful. Beloved Father, Mother, God, all that is, I am. And so it is. Dear one, pay attention, and your I Am presence will guide you unerringly to the fulfillment of your divine plan and your highest good during this critical moment in Earth's ascension process. God bless you. I look forward to being with you next week.